For as long as there have been divergent opinions in the gaming world, someone somewhere has referred to our favorite pastimes as dead games. Destiny 2 is no exception. After the launch of Curse of Osiris, Destiny was dead. And honestly, it kind of was. I don't know about you guys, but everybody quit. And when Warmind entered the picture, the community still claimed Destiny had died all over again, despite Warmind literally being the start of Destiny's comeback. And I know a lot of us associate Destiny's comeback with Forsaken, but Warmind is what got the ball rolling. But what about Shadowkeep? Dead game. Beyond Light. Super dead Witch Queen. Guys, you get the idea here. Every expansion, at some point, the term dead game somehow enters the conversation when it comes to Destiny. But the question we wanted to answer today, is Destiny really dead? Well, for as long as Destiny has been around, the player base has been irrevocably divided. We play and play and play and grind until we don't know what to do with ourselves. Some Guardians burn out and they leave the game. It happens. Some live for that grind though, that endless cycle of dopamine. And I'm not gonna lie, I still get high. Not literally, but every time that sweet, sweet loot drops or Mars sits down in front of me, I can't help it. And some never really find what scratches that itch for them. Destiny isn't everybody's cup of tea. But to say that Destiny is a dead game, fellas, not even close. I'm a big fan of numbers, which is what we're gonna be presenting to you today to prove a point, to quantify our statement, as dead game Destiny has resurfaced yet again. But what does the data say? Firstly, according to Twitch Tracker, Destiny currently sits at number 38 in Twitch's top 50 games. On top of that, Destiny 2 has raked in over 40 million hours of watch time since the launch of the Witch Queen DLC in February. Brother, that's roughly 4,619 years of Destiny 2. And if you sat down 4,600 years ago and started watching Destiny 2, you've been around for the first domesticated camels and the building of the Stonehenge by aliens. It's hard to even imagine that kind of watch time for anything, let alone a dead game. But Cross, Twitch metrics don't mean shite. Actually, they kind of do. Anytime a group of people choose to dedicate their time to consuming media related to the game instead of playing the game themselves, that's a very good indicator of the kind of following surrounding that game. But all right, I hear you. You want some more numbers? More proof? No problem. Hammer's already spliced through all the data to find whatever he could to actually narrow down if Destiny is really dying or if it's already dead. And let me tell you, Mithrax would be proud. After scrying through the raw data, his conclusion was Destiny isn't dead, which I know doesn't really make for a good title. It's not nearly baity enough. But you don't have growth like this and still have a dead game. It's literally impossible. So what kind of growth are we talking about? In the last 2 years, the population has increased from 27 million players to just over 40 million Guardians. That's a ginormous bump. And that makes sense because on October 1st, 2019, Destiny 2 went free to play and immediately increased its active player count by 300%. And then on August 24th, 2021, the Destiny universe expanded yet again with the crossplay update, instigating yet another surge in player count. Today, you can find nearly 1.2 million Guardians wielding the light or darkness at any given time. Compared to the 1.2 million Guardians at Witch Queen launch, that's one hell of a number. The constant quality of life updates, expansions, and new seasonal content all combined to bring an experience that a dead game couldn't hope to possibly accomplish. Look at Anthem. Literally a dead game. I mean, that's the definition of dead game, and I know we've talked enough smack about Anthem, but it really did have a lot of potential. What about Fallout 76? 30,000 total players, while Destiny 2 has over 1 million. And the list goes on and on for all the supposed Destiny killers out there. And I'm not saying they're bad games, but there is a certain magic that Destiny possesses that hooks us. Personally, for me, it was Sabbathik. She's just too damn juicy, man. And then, of course, there's the fact that there was a deal with Sony here recently, who acquired Bungie for $3.6 billion. I don't know, man. If Destiny really was a dead game, I doubt Sony would have ever acquired them, let alone $3.6 billion worth. That's a crazy number. I still can't believe it, really. And then, as if that wasn't enough, Bungie announced on Twitter the following day that the Witch Queen had exceeded 1 million pre-orders, making it the most pre-order expansion in Destiny history. And that includes Destiny 1, fellas. Every expansion we see more and more pre-orders. Expectations set high. That urge we all know so well to experience the next chapter in the story, to see what's beyond the looking glass. And if this trend continues, Lightfall may in fact blow us all out of the water. I know there's been graphs thrown up about Steam chart numbers and how they have declined, but understand a couple things. What has happened since 2019? New generation consoles, PlayStation 5, the Xbox One X, the Xbox One S. I don't know, man. Too many damn Xboxes. What I'm trying to say, people have migrated between both Steam or PC and console. And I'm sure most people actually went back to console, as this new generation of consoles plays really, really well for Destiny. And with all the different changes that have been brought to the console experience, including field of view, graphic increases, frame rate increases, guys, if I was on a budget, I'd be playing on a console. If I wasn't a content creator, I would be a console player. So that graph getting passed around about Steam numbers dropping, two things. Number one, any game that goes free to play for the first time, there's going to be a lot of people that just try it out. They just want to dip their toes. They want to see if it's a good game or not. And number two, new gen consoles rolled out, and Destiny has a very large console base. Witch Queen pre-orders broke the record. Lightfall is looking to do the exact same thing. Now, I'm not sitting here saying everything Bungie does and Destiny does is amazing, because that's not what we do here. We rag on Bungie a bunch. We point out flaws. But at the same time, when titles start to get thrown up that Destiny is a dead game, I have to call it out, because it's not. Sony spending that level of cheddar on Destiny was a premium buy. Bungie constantly hiring left and right tells you that, at least internally, Bungie thinks it's still growing. If they didn't think they were growing and the game was actually dying, they wouldn't be hiring like crazy. They would actually be pulling back. So again, the numbers that are being reflected, in my opinion, aren't indicative of what's really happening. Not unless we got to see the full picture. And since consoles released back in 2020 and all the different updates and even things like cross save, etc. And then on top of that, do people not remember? Just a year ago, we had arguably one of the biggest cheater problems ever, which I know a lot of games have a lot of cheaters, but man, inside of Trials of Osiris and Destiny, it was getting out of hand. I had so many friends that left PC to go play on console just so they didn't have to deal with cheaters anymore. So again, that little screenshot being passed around, I understand why it may concern you, but this is a game that's split up between multiple platforms. And at least from what we've seen, Destiny has simply been growing year over year. And that's just based off of our numbers, right? And I'm not talking about Bungie's numbers. I mean, like internally, like our channel numbers have grown because of Destiny's growth, because this community is growing. Regardless though, guys, there is still plenty to do and see before Lightfall is upon us, which by the way, we'll be streaming live over on Twitch on August the 23rd. Come hang out with us. I'm making popcorn. Okay, we've got Mylan and Bite videos all lined up. We are going to get caught up on everything story related. We're going to learn things like, where is Xivu Arath? Why does the Witness look so creepy? What kind of shampoo does Mara use? This is all the stuff we're going to be discovering live, so come by and check us out. Also, we're going to be seeing a look at the Arc 3.0 subclass. As this game continues to bring more and more Guardians in though, whether they're expansions or word of mouth or whatever, I think Destiny's universe will continually keep expanding. And guys, the likelihood of a Destiny show is very high. And that, if executed properly, is gonna blow Destiny up. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think Destiny is dead? Listen, I've seen this game dead. Curse of Osiris, oh, it was dead. That was about as dead as Destiny's ever been. In my opinion, that was the bottom of the dip, and we've been on a bull run ever since. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.